哎，
吃它，吃它，
等一下有吃了哈。可以啊，这个我跟厨房讲，知道了没有？知道，知道。哎，他们有时候我们吃多吃少了也不好量啊，啊，修行的人要坦白嘛，哈。对呀，吃饱就吃饱，吃不饱就吃不饱。这是馋，知道吗？哎呀，大概天气冷，吃太多了。啊。这边都没煮啊？
煮好了，
煮好了就这样子啊？他们吃不够也不用啊？
对，上面再煮。
上面不是这边啊？
没有，这边整理好换上面煮，已经在煮了。
啊，什么意思？这可能是下面煮，不是这里啊？
不是，因为这边煮好之后，上面是后补的。
后补的。嘿，哇，这里好温暖哦。来这里就不想出来了。It's very warm. OK， 你们看看啊，那个两个帮忙嘛，他一个地方不够，看看他吃够不够。
好
OK， 不够就找他多煮一点啊。因为天气很冷，他们吃不够会睡不着啊。
好，
知道吗？睡不着，然后打坐的时候都这样，啊，多煮一点，去看看哪一边不好，赶快帮忙补一下。
好。
那来擦这个了啊，擦这个给你装就好了。吃不饱去那边吃，知道吗？
睡袋用的不会啦。
什么？
睡袋把它包起来就不会了。
啊，睡袋包起来，就算人头也包起来。打就好哈。好。还有，有人埋伏我们在上面。埋伏我们，看到没有？有。看过。比较冷嘛，不然也跟你们一样运动裤。这个好， 我上面是很冲烈的，这边不深了，这边最好的。你想嘛？墙壁啊，有厕所啊，包起来了。哎，那边根本没有什么风啊，上面哇，很厉害。你不知道上面的境界哦。在上面很冷，下去就 OK 了。我下来就比较没那么冷。See you later, OK?
这个比上什么呢？
那个赤峰高去篮球场吃是知道不知道？都知道啊，真的吗？怎么知道？刚刚师傅讲的。真的？所以我讲你们才知道啊。就是这样，有人不知道呢。
多谢师傅，多谢师傅。
Wake up if you want, otherwise continue to sleep. Huh? Do you hear some sound? Just now? Okay. Are there any more foreigners? Come sit up here. Any more who come from foreign country? Not Hoa Chao, huh? Not Hoa Chao. Only foreigners can come up here. There are still places. You want? You close circle, closer circle, okay? It's warmer that way. Just move your, you know what? Move your thing. Move your, you know what, huh? Okay, that's it. Okay? Alright, enough for now. You alright? So now don't move anymore because I have enough allergy with dust these days. Okay, last time, I think I promised some of you that I would teach you the Shiva way of life. Huh? Okay. 中国人以后会有翻译的啊，比较好哈。I think I speak English better or I speak Chinese better? Huh? Speak English, huh? How many of you understand English? Raise your hand. English. Okay. Any people who understand English can listen. All right. Everyone else, plug your ears on. Okay. You all right now? Okay. I think I better speak in English, huh? Just as a courtesy to you, to the foreigners. Not all of you are English native, but you know, English is an international language. I cannot speak simultaneously 3 languages, so either you move here or he moves here. No, you move there. Just somebody else cannot see you. You're too big. You should sit behind. The tall one should sit behind. It's okay. All right. I cannot speak every language at the same time here, so I speak English just as a gesture of of friendship, yeah, and of courtesy to the foreigners. Huh? Later, these can be translated into Chinese, and they slowly enjoy. To translate into Chinese is pretty easy for them, yeah, from English. I think so. Don't you? Yes. Of course, I know. Okay, look here. You know about Shiva? Any one of you hear about Shiva? Yes. Yes? Can you talk louder? Yes. I cannot hear anything. What did you say? Yes. What? Okay. Yeah, exercise your lungs. Yeah? All right. It's pretty cold here today. That is the fact. Huh? And I hope you survive. You don't have hat? Hat? You don't need? Tough guy, huh? No, you don't have to take the hat off to, to listen to me. You listen with your ears only. Okay, now we have some hearing problem. Can you hear me? Yeah? I can't hear myself. I can, of course. We heard of Shiva, huh? The god of destruction of India. Oh, by the way, there was an Indian man last night. Where is he right now? No, not you, the other one with beard. Why didn't he come up? You rather sit there? You prefer the Asian company? Yeah, you don't understand English, you do, huh? Come over here, brother. You don't have sleeping bag? No need take shoes off. We're not in India temple here. Take your shoes. Oh my God. Okay. You have your sleeping bag? You're warm enough like that? And your seat? Your cushion? You alright? Okay. The Indian people, they used to sit in anywhere, no problem. Okay, now, we heard of Shiva, the god of destruction of India, huh? I think it's a great misunderstanding of Shiva. He wasn't the god of destruction, according to what I read, yeah? What I know. He might destroy the negativities of people, yeah? He might destroy all the ugliness which sometimes accumulates within ourselves, yeah? And within him at that time, perhaps, but not to destroy any beautiful things on this planet. He's not the destroyer of goodness, virtues, and beauty, yeah? He's a destroyer of all that is undesirable to clear the planet, mind you. All the gods have tried very hard since ancient times, but our planet is still like this. Except for Sihu, I don't see anywhere more beautiful. So, I hope you know, yeah? Spread love and not garbage. And the poor old woman have to clean up after everybody all the time. Yeah, we have enough garbage to clear off, to clear away, you know? What with you come in and cakes and candies and vegetables and noodles and all these wraps, you know, of these have to be cleared up. And I seem to never have enough space here in this center. They always spread around. It's terrible. And it makes me very tired when I'm dragged down into the physical existence of garbage. It's very difficult for me to climb up again and to talk about things that are more noble, yeah, and purifying and more loving. That's why I hate garbage. And that's why I try to keep clearing them all the time. But sometimes, you know, human nature, very, very difficult to cleanse. And that's what makes all the masters run into the Himalayas. Not the devils chase them, just the garbage of humankind. Yeah, so you see how strong it is, the garbage? The visible garbage is that strong already, not to talk about the invisible garbage that we like to keep in all the storerooms of our heart and the body parts. Okay, so forget about the garbage. Now let's talk about something else better. I hope so. Omitofu, bless me. Bless me. Bless me harder so that I have the inspiration and wisdom and courage to continue to live in this world and to do your job that you don't want to do. Okay, it's a deal? Shiva has a consort, you know? I don't know what this consort mean to you. It means nothing to me. I don't have one. Perhaps it's a companion, huh? Or a wife? No, it's not a wife, huh? Is it a wife?
Yeah, a girlfriend.
Girlfriend. So he had one. Her name was Devi. Devi means goddess, no? Is that right? In India? Yeah. In India, they have beautiful names. Maybe that's what we should learn. All their names are holy. You know, Devi, Deva, Purusha, Krishna, Lakshmanjula, and what else? Huh?
Parvati. Shiva's wife was Parvati.
Parvati. Shiva's wife was Parvati.
His wife?
Wife's name was Parvati.
Parvati.
Parvati. Oh, Parvati, but he named her Devi, right?
Living in the mountain. Parvati means mountain.
Yeah. But he named her Devi. Perhaps the title, huh?
Perhaps that's the way they address each other.
Yeah, sometimes he addressed her Devi and Lotus Eye and Loving One and Sweet Princess. My God, the way he spoke to her, I would like to marry him. Too bad he's already gone. In the language of such sweetness and heavenly blessing that I think we should all learn to speak with each other. The way Shiva spoke to his girlfriend or wife, it is really incredible. Such language today we hardly hear. Yes, so beautiful. He always called her all the best names that you can think of and spoke to her in such a sweet and gentle voice. Well, I imagine it was a gentle voice. Yeah, if he called her sweet princess, Lotus Eye One, he cannot say, sweet princess. So it must have been very gentle, romantic, and kind. That is the way each husband should speak to his beloved. Yeah. Well, it takes a long way to learn. Now, we see Shiva is supposed to be the god of destruction, yeah? But it's not so. As I told you many times already, we have a lot of prejudice against something that is new. Shiva, perhaps he was a very liberal, spiritual leader of his time, too advanced for the people of his own generation to understand, and too liberal for the conservative Indians to bear. So they call him the god of destruction, perhaps. Many bad names have also been unfortunately addressed to the god Shiva. So today, in the most reverent mood and respectful heart, I'm going to tell you the way Shiva taught his disciples so that we clear the bad names for him forever. And then we will learn in the future again to respect and to try to understand whatever gurus try to teach us. Whether it is good, then we will keep it. And if it's bad, then at least we learn something that we're not to do it. Okay? Not to do the way he does. And in my understanding, Shiva was teaching goodness, kindness, and beauty. Yeah. So later we will prove it. Okay, by some of the proof that I have searched for you and try to make it as understandable as possible in the ordinary language. I cannot express them as beautiful, as romantic, and as sweet as the way Shiva did to his wife or his consort, but I try as best as I can to make you understand the teaching of the great master. Yeah? Now, one time, in a great assembly, like this perhaps, his wife, his consort, the great Devi, Mataji, and what else? Supreme Matress, matriarch of the house, asked Shiva about spiritual practice. She herself has been greatly enlightened, and more or less as enlightened as Shiva himself. But for the sake of other people who have not been wise enough to even ask a meaningful question, so that the master can be inspired or can have the opportunity to teach them the truth, the highest, noblest ideal. So his wife had to ask the question, for their sake, not that she did not understand. Being with him all her life, she must have understood. So now, she asked him thus, O Shiva, what is our true identity? What is this wonderful universe? What makes the karma? What constitutes the karma? Who is in the center of the universal revolving wheel? What is this life beyond form? How many can understand the truth fully, above space and time, above names and definitions? Wow, it's cool. So please explain, so let my doubts be cleared. What she meant was the doubt of other people, right? I want you to understand that Devi Parvati at that time was absolutely enlightened, just like her husband. Well, if we read their stories, we know, because just like the story of Kabir's wife, you remember? Yes, they were both enlightened saints. But as a true Hindu wife and goddess, she would never in a dream put her foot in front of her husband and let people know how great she is. It is enough that he is enlightened and is a teacher. She doesn't care to be the second one or the equal one. All the Hindu wives never in a dream do such things. Yes, they are very humble. They always stay behind and do whatever the husband told them to do. That's why, since ancient times, we have so few women masters. Because, as you know, most of the sacred literature of practicing spiritually is well preserved and revered in India. And many of the great masters came from India. And many of the great masters came from different lands, but have their root of spirituality from India. Just like the story of Kabir's wife, you remember? Yes, they were both enlightened saints. But as a true Hindu wife and goddess, she would never in a dream put her foot in front of her husband and let people know how great she is. It is enough that he is enlightened and is a teacher. She doesn't care to be the second one or the equal one. All the Hindu wives never in a dream do such things. Yes, they are very humble. They always stay behind and do whatever the husband told them to do. That's why, since ancient times, we have so few women masters. Because, as you know, most of the sacred literature of practicing spiritually is well preserved and revered in India. And many of the great masters came from India. And many of the great masters came from different lands, but have their root of spirituality from India. So, of course, men teach men, and then men go out and spread the good news to men again. And then choose a man here, since men is more associated with men, so the hair will be men again. And then so the circle goes round. Because Hindu women would never try, to be assertive and to show their greatness from within or without. If there is a master already, there is one enough. She is contented to cook chapatis, to grill potatoes, and to clean the house for whoever her husband brings home as guests. When you go to an Indian household, the wife always cooks, cleans after you, and does everything to make you comfortable, while the husband will treat you as good as a guest and converse with you and try to entertain you in an intellectual or spiritual level. The wife would clean after your feet even. She clean up the food that you left on the floor and make everything comfortable for you. Never speaks to you if not spoken to. So this is some of the very good qualities of the Hindu woman that I would like to share with you, which I cannot learn yet. Luckily, I don't have a husband, so I don't consider it anymore. Well, when I learn all these qualities, it's too late, right? My husband already picked up another one. And perhaps both of them are struggling to learn still. So it saved a lot of my problems and time. So now I can sit here and talk all kinds of universal to you. Otherwise, what do you think? I'd be in the kitchen right now, cooking chapatis. Yeah, maybe he's sitting here but don't know what to tell you. All right. So now let's come back to the over 100 ways of practice. Okay. After Devi has asked this meaningful and deep question, Shiva lovingly replied. So what does he call her now? The first answer? Radiant one. Wow. You don't even call me that. You only call me Suma. Radiant one. Maybe in America you got apple pie, huh? Huh? Ketchup one. Or French fry. Kentucky. Kentucky French fry. We're talking about this. I have a joke for you. Should we have a joke or should we come to this? Huh? Joke, huh? Okay, joke. We still have that to come to, don't worry. Okay. There were many neighbors living together in one, block complex. And one of the wives complained to her husband thus. Look here, all of our neighbors' husbands call their wives such sweet and romantic names. And you never call me one like that. You know the story already? No? How come you laugh then? Don't laugh so soon, you'll probably cry later. If it happens to apply to you. So the husband said, what did they call their wives? I never heard anything. So the wife said, the one who lives on our right, he calls his wife apple pie. And the one who lives next to him calls his wife sweet cherry blossom. The one who lives left to us calls his wife rosemary. Rosemary is a very fragrant kind of spice you put into your food, yeah? And the other one next to him calls her my lovely pizza. Still, the on and on other people also calls her my bonsai, my precious bonsai. And the other one calls her, my diamond, my flawless diamond. And you never call me anything so sweet and romantic like this. So the husband shook his head and said, I'm sorry, but the one who lives on the right side, he's a baker. And the one next to him, what did he call her? Huh? Cherry blossom, huh? Okay. He's a gardener. He plants cherries. He's Japanese. And the one on the left calls his wife rosemary. He sells herbs. Yeah, herbal things. Yeah. And the other one who calls his wife diamond because he's a jeweler. I'm a shoe repairer. I can't call you my broken shoe. Yeah, it's good that he's not a coffin maker. Huh? My solid coffin. When they bury the dead in a solid coffin. So make sure not to force your husband too hard, okay? In case he's not in the right profession to give you the sweetest name that you desire. Now, but you can tell your husband to learn from Shiva, huh? The god of destruction. All right. Shiva was very liberal, he wore snakes and all that around his arms, and he chose a man's genitals for a kind of a symbol of the universal reproductive force, yeah? But what he actually meant is that all the world was created by the creative force, it's not the truth, it's not the highest abode of humankind, of the souls, yeah? The creativity, the force of creation, which created the universe, came through Maya. So in the old times, to talk about Maya and creativity, he had to use a very crude object, like a man's genitals, just to let the people at that time know what he meant. How can he philosophize with them in that time, when all people know is something very crude, very primitive, very down to earth, a very daily life like example. In each period of time, the master had to live, teach, and make people understand according to the people's level of consciousness and of progress at that time. You should understand clearly. And so don't compare and say why Moses allowed people to kill goat and the Master Ching Hai says, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? Now we don't have to say that anymore because nobody kills each other. Don't kill even pigs. Don't kill even chickens. Because it's not necessary to tell them don't kill humans for sacrifice anymore. Not in Taiwan or not in the places that I have been for preaching. No? Okay. So now, the first answer Shiva gave to his wife, his companion, his lifelong companion is this. Radiant one, if you like to experience the illumination, you can concentrate between the two breaths, between when the breath comes out and comes in this between time, then you will have the benefit of the illumination. Of course, what he meant is you must concentrate, yeah? When you properly, because in the daily life, this is not one method alone, although you can do that, but we should use all this 112. We should use it in different circumstances in order to concentrate our mind. So sometimes, if you remember, I have also taught you, during daily activity, you should always remember, yeah, your wisdom center and repeat the 5 names. But should you forget, even every activity you should concentrate. But it's very difficult for you, so you concentrate on the 5 names, even while you are working. But you should not concentrate on the physical breath, but in between. What he meant between the 2 breaths, one comes out and one comes in, is that the non-breath, the non-breathing being, that's what we should concentrate on. That means we should always remember the Almighty, the one without breath, the one for whom breath is not necessary, the one that breath cannot touch, etc., etc. You understand? This is only for the one who already understood the way of practice. It's not to go out and to teach the lay members of the society to concentrate between the 2 breaths. Of course, concentration of any kind brings benefit, but not to the extent as if we know where to concentrate and what to concentrate on. Is that clear? Yes. Okay. So, in our daily activities, we have a lot of work to do. So sometimes it's very difficult to just remember the wisdom center. So, in case you cannot or in case you have to concentrate on your work, then there are ways we can convert work into practice. That's why the Buddha said there are 84,000 ways of practice, and none of them is not a practice, not a spiritual practice way. And here Shiva, to make it short, he can't just sit there and list 84,000 ways of Dharma practice. So he made it 112. That should be enough for you and for us, for me. Okay. So what he means by between the breath is remember the non-being, the non-physical being. So when you remember, I tell you, don't concentrate on the breath. And do not pay attention to the physical sensation during initiation. You remember? Okay. So that is what he meant as well. That's why he said concentrate, remember the one between the breath. Not that we concentrate between the breath only, continuously so. Because he was afraid, perhaps if he told you, I suppose, maybe I'm wrong, later we will know, And later maybe we read some more and then I will tell you more. Okay, there are a lot of things to read and we are only the first one yet. I'm afraid if you concentrate on the breath, you will make it like a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And later, suddenly, someday, you experience a state of non-breathing. And then you probably don't know where to turn to for concentration. To go further than the breath rhythm. And then you get stuck there. Okay, now the second advice that he gave to his wife and to all beings was this. When the breath turns from down to up, meaning when you breathe out, and when you breathe in, you do not follow the breath, but when you breathe, for example, if you are an athlete, maybe you are just running or you do some errand and you have to run fast, then do not just try to give yourself up to exhaustion. For example, when you breathe too hard, like this, then you should not lose yourself in the running, but try to make use of the if you cannot concentrate on anything else because you have to run, like you have to do sport and you have a competition, then you should better just realize that the breath is coming, the breath is coming out. And then try to center yourself, in the being behind all this breathing and behind all this exercising, in order to centralize yourself, to be self-centered. And at that moment, even though running, you will also be experiencing enlightenment. And so, of course, it makes your work easier. I hope I understood him and explained it correctly. If not, you can tell me later. If you know something better, you tell me, okay? The third one. You know what? When people translated Shiva's teaching, it's already confusing. Because the one who translated not necessarily did understand him. And then the one who translated before him even already made a mess. So many translations make more mess. I'm trying very hard to explain to you the way I understood. I hope I don't make worse mess than already has been made. The third one. Or in the middle of the fusion of the two breaths, try to center on that. Of course, repeat the 5 names. You know what I mean? In that case, you will not try to hang on to the breath, but just to remember, something to remember. And then you repeat the holy names, and then center yourself. So what he meant is, whether you're working, you're running, or you're standing, you're walking, you still always can find something to concentrate on and repeat the 5 names. If you happen to forget, the wisdom center, because you probably have to run. You have to run and you have to look at the road. If you concentrate too much on the wisdom eye, maybe you forgot to look at the road, and then you become the last of the competitors instead of the first prize. Because this person, when he translated, perhaps he overlooked what Shiva meant inside by telling him to remember, the breathless being or the energyless, energy-filled, like a gate without gate and gateless gate, things like that. Yes, it's very difficult for anyone of any level to understand a master's secret teaching. And this is supposed to be very deep, very secret, transmitted from one master to one disciple. And if a lay person happen to hear it, he probably get confused. Never mind translating it, and then translate it from another translation. And there would be more confusion. Yeah. So I try my best to make it clear for you. So the energyless, energy-filled center, energyless energy, that can only mean the cosmos, can only mean the Almighty, the Supreme Master within every being. So even while breathing and running fast, we still have to remember that center. If we can. Of course, it's difficult. So people say, well, when I'm running, when I'm working, it's very difficult to remember. Okay, you don't have to remember the wisdom center, but you remember the wisdom being, the wise being, the being without, running, the being that is always still. So in every action, we still can try to remember. For example, when we're running fast, we try to remember the one who is still. That is our true self, our identity. For example, like that. That's what I understood. If I understood it wrong, well, please, the Indian correct me. Is that correct, brothers? What do you think?
My knowledge is very shallow.
You are very humble, as all the Indians are. What do you think, Devi, behind there? You think it's okay? Okay. The 4th advice Shiva gave to his disciples is like this. Also, when breath is all out, or in, meaning when you breathe all out or when you inhale, just inhale enough in and stop at that time, in the middle of that. In such a universal pause, suddenly the small self, the physical self, vanishes. This is very easy at that time to realize the whole purity of the true self. That's what the translation is supposed to mean.
There is the breathing coming and out when they join together, prana aprana.
Prana.
Prana aprana.
No, it's in the between. Don't confuse people, okay? And don't speak Sanskrit here. I don't understand either. You with your Mahayana, Prana, Mahaprana and all that. You know that practice? Pranayam and all that? All right. So, in this, what he meant is, before you breathe out again, or before you breathe in. Oh my God. Okay, I breathe for you. That is the moment he meant. Or when before, or when all out. Even in those instances, we have to remember the purity of our true being. He said, but it is very difficult. If you are impure, you will not remember that. You will always follow the breath in and out, or follow your exhaustion of the body, and then forget completely the true identification of our being. All right. The fifth way to remember is that now, sometimes you forget, right? So you try to remember by considering your own essence as light, and it comes in, saturating throughout your body. At that time, by remembering so, you will awake the liveliness within yourself, awaken the true life force within ourselves again. Of course, at that time, don't do the guan, because you can't. Yeah? So at least try to consider, to remember that you are the light. Remember the experience you have when you meditate on the light and you saw the light. So at that time, when you cannot meditate on the light, at least try to remember, to consider that you are the light. Yeah. Okay? That's what I understand. All the teaching here is just a way to try to defeat your mind's wandering tendency in everyday life. So in every situation, there are many ways to try to grip the mind back. You see, that's why he teaches the disciples so many ways to control the mind. Because if you let the mind free for 1 second, it will think of all kinds of garbage. Therefore, there are 112 ways to catch the mind every day. So if you use one after another, perhaps you always try to remember the holy essence of our true being. The sixth advice is that the space is between. Okay. So sometimes, perhaps, when it rains, according to here, in the space between the different lightning, sometimes in the storm, the lightning comes one after another, right? So in between that, feel yourself as such powerful as the lightning of the universe. Even in the rain, you can remember God. You can remember your own identity. That's perhaps what the Master meant. Unless any wiser person tells me otherwise, because I don't have the whole scripture here. I only have a very short, concentrated essence of the teaching. And we try to make the best translation out of it. Okay? Interpretation. Yeah. Now, continue further. He spoke to her sweetly again. Devi. He called her goddess. Yeah. Goddess. Imagine. You can also try to remember God or to be enlightened by imagining the Sanskrit letters. First, as they are letters. For the Americans, I don't think you should imagine the Sanskrit letters, but the alphabet. It would be wiser for us. Yeah. First, imagine them one by one as letters, as physical letters. But later, try to perceive more as sounds. Yeah, like A, B. And don't have to speak out loud, but try to perceive them as a silent sound. And then, transcending the sound, we enter the feeling. Try to feel the letters, vibration, instead of hearing the sound or seeing the written words. Is that clear? Okay. Suppose you are a teacher. You have to teach ABC or English. Then perhaps in some moment of the repose, yes, you probably cannot concentrate right away. Or you have to have a lunch break. And your mind is still full of A, B, C, D, E, F. Then you make use of that as well. Turn around and meditate on it. At least you concentrate. You know what I mean? Suppose your mind is always full of work and you can't just in a moment of silence become immediately tuned in back to the 5 names or back to whatever awareness that you desire. Then we make use of the situation. Yeah? And turn that into a concentration method. and meditate, concentrate until we can be aware again of our awareness and we are back to our control again. Then it's okay to repeat the 5 names and do the Guan Guang. Just like the American people say, if somebody gives you lemon, make lemonade out of it. Huh? What else can you do? It's too sour. So we add some sugar and make it into a refreshing drink. Yeah. So similarly, our mind is a wandering horse all the time. So in every situation, we have to try to use its own wandering power to turn it back to our own advantages of concentration. Now you understand? Like yesterday, we say the weeds in the garden. If we cannot weed them out, then love them. Or try to make something else. Try to make salad out of the dandelion leaves. Yeah, they make excellent salad, very nutritious. In fact, in Germany now, because it's so much developed, the wild land is very hard to find. So those dandelions are a rare species. And so if you want to buy them in the market, it's expensive. Yeah, more expensive than ordinary salad. I'm not kidding you. The German people, do you know? Is that true? Nobody lives in Germany. You know, huh?
The same in Switzerland.
You have the same in Switzerland, also more expensive than ordinary salad. Yeah, I guess so, because people don't go into the wild anymore and pick these things. So the few who do, yeah, sell them in the market, and you don't get that many. You don't get plenty. Yes, I know that. Last time we were in Germany, just recently, yeah, I showed them to disciples. This is what the one we want to pick yesterday, and I used to pick before, and they wanted to buy it, and they're expensive, more than the other salad. So don't look down upon these wild things. Nowadays, wild things are more expensive than the cultivated things. In the old time, it was the contrary, right? Why did we go to eating right now? Terrible. I must be hungry. I didn't have my lunch yet. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, let's go back to the Sanskrit letters. All right. If you are Indian, of course, you imagine the Sanskrit letters first as a written word, and then as a sound, and then as a feeling, and then finally leave all of them and be free. Free of all thinking or imagination or feeling or nothing. Just sit there and enjoy. Okay? All right. Now, number 8. Suppose you have a moment of freedom, yeah, and too short to do the light meditation. Then you can concentrate between the eyebrows, as you know, huh? You know where, huh? Yeah, wisdom center, perhaps. And let your mind concentrate on the space before every thought arises. You know where it is? Yeah? Before all thinking started, before all desires sprout up, concentrate on that. Perhaps in a Buddhist term we call it emptiness, huh? Empty space. Or we call them the mindless place, yeah? Things like that, or the gateless gate. All right. And then, whatever form is supposed to come to your mind at that time, or maybe your own form, let it be filled with the universal life force. Imagine, maybe. And then, you take a shower in this light, in this essence of the universe. Understand? Like you are taking a shower, but not the shower of water, but the shower of the universal light, of the universal blessing and illumination. So in every circumstance, we can always try to illuminate ourselves by using the circumstance, by using the busyness that we are at that moment, and be in the present time. That's the best situation. So in all the mundane activities, we can always practice. There's no need to say, I don't have time, I can't cross my legs and things like that. You can. Whenever you can, you do it. And whenever you cannot, you do it as you are working. Turn your work into meditation. Concentrate on the force behind all the works, behind all the running, behind all the activities. Then you will always find something to meditate upon. And there is always plenty of time. Because we can use the time of every situation for concentrating. Yeah, you got it now?
Yes.
Now, number 9. You can liken your 5 senses as the 5 colors of the peacock tail. And then spread them all over the space. Just spread the 5 color peacock tails all over the universe. Fill them with colors. Fill the universe with color. But these colors are supposed to be your 5 senses. Perhaps smelling, tasting, touching, these senses. Okay. Now, because of the peacock tail color is very colorful and very beautiful, so you let these colors and beauty melt within yourself. And then anytime you feel that there is a limit, you spread them out until there's no more limit left. In that case, you dissolve all the frontier within your mind. And then, thus, whatever you wish well for other people will come true. So that's how you convert your power into limitless use. And that's how you can bestow benefit on countless beings and be kind of a benefactor to all kinds of people who surround you or who come in contact with you or whom you're praying for. Okay, where are we now? Number 9 already, right? When I speak spontaneously, it's easier. But when I have to concentrate on the meaning of the ancient wisdom, and I don't want to make mistake, and that is more intellectual, and it's very difficult. The use of intellectual talk is very difficult. Number 10. You can also close your eyes, and try to see your inner being in all details. And thus, while you're concentrating on the inner being, then you will see your true nature. Try to understand if you can. If whatever the method you cannot use, just leave it. And number 11. Place your whole attention on your nerves. And you should know that the nerves are so delicate as the thread of the lotus within the lotus itself. And thus, you will transform your physical being. What he meant is, if it's so difficult to control the mind and try to make him concentrate on such a delicate pattern, just as the nerves in our body, because you have never seen them before. So it is very difficult for the mind to imagine all these nerves, and it's good for him. It serves him well, so that he will have no time to wander around and do anything else. Suppose maybe for many people it is suitable for them to be complicated like that. Yes, because not all beings are alike. Not all people are the same. So if for everybody to try to concentrate, he probably use a different kind of concentration at different situation. In the Himalaya, perhaps you don't need all these complications. You only look at the snow, and then you freeze. You freeze in time and space, and the mind cannot run anywhere else, because after a while he's used to emptiness, whiteness, and of the emptiness of the mountain. There's nothing there for him to fancy. After some time, perhaps all the desires, all the habitual patterns that recorded in the mind will be exhausted, emptied. And then he doesn't fill it back in with newspapers or television or bad movies. Then it stays at least half empty. That's why many masters favor the Himalayas or the desert. Yes, I stay in the desert myself too. It was beautiful. for some time, maybe 2 weeks. Until one day it was very cold and I nearly collapsed. And I had to run back to the house, into the city. Not the city, but another place. It's a house. Because in the desert where I stayed, there was no house, no water, no electricity. There is water, but we have to go and fetch, very far away, about 2 kilometers or something. It's not directly from the tap like that. And there's nothing in that desert. Only dry shrubs here and there, and mouse. And, we have rabbits. The desert rabbit is so small, you can't imagine. You would thought it's a mouse. Yeah, pretty small, but looks like a rabbit. Yes. Just like me, I look small, but I'm a human being. Perhaps there's not much to eat in the desert, so the rabbits become smaller, smaller, and smaller. Yeah. So now let's see what else. Number 12. Closing the 7 openings of the head with your hands. And then the space between your eyes will become all-inclusive. You know what that means already, don't you? All this boils down to the wisdom center. A different way of, talking about it. Just like I talk so many things, but it boils down always to the Guanyin method. I go to make different lectures, different tempting dishes, but only after, at the end, I give them only one. The Guanyin method and the light. Okay, now, number 13. These are for the people who probably cannot concentrate well, so using different kinds of helping tools, Just like sometimes people write to me and say, wow, it's very difficult for them to concentrate on the light. So I say, well, scratch your wisdom eye a little bit, or just touch it with a fingernail, or a pin if you can bear it. But don't make yourself bleed. Don't bleed from here, okay? Just touch it so that you remember. It's one of the methods, right? Or sometimes somebody, Shiva doesn't say it here, but I have many more methods than this. For example, when I walk around the meditation hall and I see some people just sit there and deep in samadhi with the head, with the head turning here and there all the time. And then I just pat them on the crown chakra. And then back he concentrates again. But that method Shiva did not write here. I'll tell him. He has to modernize more than that. Because in the old time, perhaps people didn't sleep so much like these times. And in this time, people have, air condition and heating system. So it's very comfortable. So people tend to be too comfortable. So we have to use many more methods. So number 13 is if you cannot concentrate while meditating, perhaps, then you can touch your eyeballs lightly, light as a feather. And then maybe at that time you will see the light. Yeah, I think so. I think you should rub your eyes more likely because you always sleep. If you touch as a feather, I think you could not even move. You rub with your gloves and everything. What he said was for the old time people. But nevertheless, you may try. If you cannot concentrate, the effort that you use with your fingers to touch your eyeballs as light as a feather, it must be concentration. It's just a trick to bring your mind back into focus. So it's pretty good, So when you are already, all kinds of topsy-turvy thinking back and forth from Germany to America and then back to the bathroom and back to the eating room again, then if you can even Concentrate enough to put your hand as light as a feather. So rough a hand like yours to put on there. At least you're back again, to the meditating business. So I think the master was very clever. Shiva was very clever. He destroyed all kinds of bad habits and negativity within us, using all kinds of methods. Yeah. Now, number 14. Bathe in the center of a sound, the continuous sound such as waterfall or maybe seashore. Yeah. Or if you cannot, because sometimes in the public, then you cannot do the Kuan Yin. Then if you are at the seaside, perhaps you bathe yourself in the sound of the universe, of the nature. Like when you are next to the Niagara Falls, then you concentrate on the sound until you merge within the essence behind the waterfall, behind nature. There is the force behind all trees and waters and rivers and rocks and mountains. Then you concentrate behind that. By hearing the sound of the waterfall and concentrating on the force behind that, you will merge within the cosmos again. Or if not, if you can, then do the Kuan Yin. He says so. Well, he described it in detail, but I won't say it here. You know already, so I don't have to tell you how to do it. Or do the Kuan Yin and hear the sound of all sounds. You know now what that is, okay? Well, I can show it to you what he says, but don't let the other people know. All right, do the Kuan Yin and hear the sound of all sounds. Now it should be very clear to you as the water of the Nectar River. Is that not? Yeah. Now, on number 15, intone a sound like the 5 names and let it be very slow, repeating slowly, and enter the soundlessness and become yourself. Sometimes you remember, you say you can't concentrate and you are disturbed and this and that and other, so I would advise you to repeat the 5 holy names for some time, maybe 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, loudly, while no one else is around you. So you won't disturb people, and also you don't leak out your secret. Don't let people know that you are at the moment in difficulty of concentrating while they are in the 5th samadhi. If you sit on the bus and intone these 5 names and try to concentrate with your eyebrows knit together, do you think the people will not put you somewhere? You know where? Right? Yeah. Not talking about you disturbing the whole bus and maybe drive the driver crazy. Therefore, these things we have to do alone. Yeah, because this is our private business. When we have difficulty in concentration, it's our private problem, right? We don't disturb other people's ears. And other 5th level or 6th level, how do you say, masters, around us, like those. Yeah, I'm not sure whom, but like those, for example. All right. But then you enter the soundless state and become yourself. Number 16. Oh my God. Only 16 from 112. My goodness. I didn't know he talked so much. I didn't know the old-time God spoke so much. What we call big mouth in modern time. I never talk so much. I teach you only 1010 and he teaches you so much. Okay. Originally, I intended not to speak at this retreat because I just don't know what to say anymore. I thought whatever I have to say, I say already. And so you have to practice. There's no need to listen all the time, but to bring what you have heard into practice. That's more useful to you. But I feel pressure, like everybody sits there in silence and keeps repeating, Master, say something. Master, speak up. Master, it's time. Lecture time or not? Oh, and I feel such tremendous pressure, So I gave up, surrender to your will. I said, okay, then I will say something, And that's how it ends up in me talking like this. It's more difficult to remain silent than to speak to you. So I thought, okay, never mind, give them something. And then they all be quiet. Because we are all used to listening, hearing. And so we cannot accept the silence. Very difficult. Yeah, maybe after 3 years you get used to it. But I don't know what you do meanwhile. And I don't know what I do meanwhile. We both will probably get on each other's nerves, having so much pressure. Like the 4 monks who vowed to have a silent retreat for 7 days. But then when they sat together, and then suddenly there was a monk who spoke up saying, in this retreat, you should remember, none of us can speak anything. And then the second one said, why are you speaking now? And the third one say, my God, you both broke the precept. And the fourth one say, I never said anything. I'm the only one who haven't spoken at all. All right. I am also the only one who never spoke yet. Okay. Suppose it's difficult for you to concentrate again. You may choose any letter, and try to follow through with the beginning and the gradual refinement of the sound of that letter. And then be awake. Perhaps when you're sleeping. And then try to awaken yourself. It's very difficult. So try to do something new. Like inventing a letter, an A or an Om or something, and try to follow through. In the beginning, as only in your mind, don't disturb neighbors. If you're alone, you can. When you follow through with first very crude sound of the letter, by spelling it out in your mind or loudly, and later finally refine it until silence. At that time, you'll be awake, perhaps, or awakened, or at least awake from your samadhi. Number 17. While listening to any string instruments, try to hear the composite central sound, and thus become omnipresent. Or at least be one with the omnipresence. Or at least remember the omnipresence. Because when we go to the concert, or go to the theater, perhaps it's difficult to concentrate on the light. Then you won't see anything. So you have to listen to the music. But then try, while listening to the music, try to remember the central note, the noteless note of all the music. And then at that time, perhaps you will enter the omnipresence as well. So while you're watching the theater going on, or while listening to the music, you are within yourself and not lost in the merriment of the ephemeral nature of the world. Capish? Yes. I hope I make it clear. Oh my God, he talks a lot. We're still at 18 only. Oh, I dare not read any further. I dare not turn the pages. Oh my goodness. Ooh. See that? Well, we can make it tomorrow night again. Huh? Yeah, sure. Oh, it's nearly 9 o'clock, Mike. Thank God. Thank God that somebody invented the clock. Why? I spoke since 7:30, huh? Yes. It's 1.5 hours already. For my small size, huh? There's a lot, huh? Now, number 18. You can concentrate or divert your mind from all these topsy-turvy thoughts by intoning a sound audibly, and then less and less as your feeling deepens into this silent harmony. First you intone audibly, and then less audibly, until you enter the silence and become harmonized with the universe. That's just how you concentrate sometimes. We can concentrate on our 5 holy names in this way. And no need to search elsewhere. Since it is already very difficult for you to remember the 5 names, I think you should not have to include another name or another letter. Make more confusion. So if you remember, then do that. If you remember. If you cannot, of course, then grab anything that your mind just thinks at that moment. Stop him. Stop him right there and just do our business. And let him forget where he wants to wander and where he wants to go to. The mind always wants to go somewhere and do something inside. So we stop him right where we remember. And turn around, concentrate. Probably at that moment he was thinking of ice cream. So if you continue to follow him, he will bring you to the ice cream shop next. And then will empty your pocket and your time into that ice cream cone again. So the moment he thinks of ice cream, if you are meditating or at home, and if you don't want to go out in the cold weather to fetch ice cream, if you don't want to waste your time on that, or if you say tomorrow I go to town and by the way I will feed you ice cream. So now you turn the ice cream letter into screaming loudly, and then follow the letter until it's less and less loud until you enter your harmony again. And that's how we turn around and have victory over the wandering mind. Number 19. I speak until 9 o'clock, okay? Now you watch for me. 5 minutes and I stop that right there, okay? Number 19. You can also concentrate by imagining the spirit simultaneously within and around you until the entire universe becomes spiritualized. Wow, that's difficult or not? Can do, huh? Can do. Try. Sometimes when you meditate, you cannot have your mind settle down so quickly. Then just fantasize for a while. I imagine that the Master is around you. Imagine the Supreme Master within you are all over the universe. And then enter that spiritualized personality of the inner Master. Then you also feel comfortable. At least your mind has something to think about. It has something to think all the time. So make him think what you want, instead of letting him think of all kinds of worries and anxieties and all kinds of useless things that we can never do anything about. We let him think of the Master. Imagine the grand spirit of the Master is within us, without us, surrounding us, and all over space and time, until we enter that spirit. Then we are in samadhi anyhow, right? So that's how we use the mind's ability to defeat the mind itself. Perhaps that's what the Master meant. Perhaps, okay? Now, number 20. Now he remembers her presence again, after going on and on so long. So he's like, kind Devi. Try to enter the etheric presence, which is pervading far above and below your physical form. This is one of the methods of concentration. 2 more minutes. Number 21. Put all your mind stuff in such inexpressible fineness above below, and in your heart. Okay, now, what is mind stuff? Your brain, perhaps? Your gray matter? Huh? Ideas, perhaps, yes. Or your turbulent thought waves, yeah? Rising and falling, coming and going, and making trouble for you. Imagine that you pack all of them and put them in such a very fine, inexpressible way, so that he cannot escape out in such a crude form anymore and disturbing you. To maybe you grind them more into fine pepper powder, and put them in a very beautiful high Guan sack or something like a Guan bag or something like that. That he will never come out again in such a very crude and coarse form anymore, and can never disturb you anymore. But he said, put it in your heart. Put it above, below, and in your heart. Well, it's okay when it's refined. When it's already ground into powder, I don't think the mind stuff can do any harm to you anymore. You make a baby powder out of him. Just sprinkle all over and make yourself beautiful and smooth and fragrant. Okay, I told you I would stop at that 9 o'clock, and I kept my promise. Now we're finished. Thank you for trying very hard to listen. Many of you still stay tomorrow, right? Okay. All the foreigners stay, right? Yeah. Anyone who go tomorrow? Okay, then. After the retreat's over, I always treat you with the bedtime story every night, mostly. So maybe we'll continue many nights later if you stay, okay? And then they will be translated into different languages or maybe after I die, who knows? But we still have time, yeah, to finish all this. I will finish somehow. Since I started it, I probably finish before I die. Otherwise, if I have to come back again for all this, don't know. All right, I wish you very pleasant dreams, yeah? And see you tomorrow. Any questions? Last question? No, huh? What?
Can we meditate here tonight?
Why? You meditate, huh?
Because tomorrow is the last day of the retreat.
Then you meditate in your tent, okay? People have to clean up after your mess and wash around here. You can't sit here all day, all night. Sorry, okay? We have to do some cleaning and all that. You think you don't bring any dirt here? You do. And the dirt from the wind and all that, all right? And the leaves and everything. Otherwise, if everybody sits here every day, every night, you think this place will look like this? Huh? Already the wind turned my cloth upside down. No, go to your tent and meditate if you have to. Okay? There's no difference between here and there. Don't make an excuse. Don't make the meditation hall become a sleeping quarter. And don't make every place become a storeroom. Every place has its function. Just leave it alone. Okay? You go to your tent and meditate right now. That's how they make everything here. Messy. Every house, every new room I make becomes the storeroom. Because they spread things everywhere. Because it's nicer there. But after they put all the things, it's not nice anymore. After you sit here all day, all night, the meditation is not so good anymore. Yeah? And then you will forget your socks, and then we have to pick up after them. Okay. Good night, huh? If emergency, any kind of emergency, then we can use anywhere as we have to. But if not, try to reserve a place for something, okay? Otherwise, everywhere is a bathroom, everywhere is a toilet, everywhere is a bedroom, or what? Or then what becomes of this place? Huh? What do you think? Huh? Right? Yes. Yeah, they have to clean it up every day. Look at their dirt and papers, and after sometimes people forget their things everywhere. And then we have to pick them up and make them in order again so that it's clean and fresh when you come. Just like after you sleep one night, you make your bed, right? So when you come back again, it looks ready and welcome. If it just looks always messy, then you will never like to go back to that bed again. Is that not so? Yes. And you have to clean it and wash it again and again. Even though you will make a mess again next day when you sleep in your bed, but you have to make it fresh again. Just like after you eat, you're hungry again, but then you will have to eat anyhow. Yes. Okay, good night. I don't need this. I don't need all this. All right. I put this on so that I'm warm. Like the children who go to school. Huh? Like children who go to school, huh? It doesn't listen to me. Good, huh? Okay. Good? Yeah. How many people go tomorrow? Only a few. Okay. You take some of this and bring home to your parents or your whatever, or yourself, okay? Some only, and the rest for you. Okay. Alright? But the ones who go tomorrow, take a little bit more. And the ones who stay, take less. Oh, you like my walk? Good night. Good night. Good night.